Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today and do a video of a type I've never done before. I shopped my stash and now I want to do a favorites and fails with that. And some of this stuff I'm going to keep and some of it I'm going to toss. The reason I started doing this is because I'm doing use-ups. So I have all this great makeup that's just sitting over there. Well, I think it's great. I haven't used it in so long. I don't know. And we're going to go through these classic products and decide whether to keep them or toss them. And I'm just going to jump right into this. Okay, I went through every one of my eyeshadow palettes. I rotate through those, but I had a couple of standouts this month. But one of them I don't have with me. I'm so sad. I just went on a trip, fell in love with it, and I think I left it in Las Vegas. I'll have to repurchase that because I fell in love with it again. It's a Milani, and I had meant to take the Soft and Sultry with me, and instead I had grabbed my most loved mattes. I loved that it is cools and warms. It's got dark enough for my crease. It's got light enough for the brow bone. It has it all. Cools, warms, I used that every day I was out of town and fell in love with that palette. And then another one that I could do everything with, cools, warms, lights, darks, it does it all, and that's the Lorac Mega Pro. I like several of these, but this one really stood out because if you like a cool palette, which I do, I have to do some cool in every look I do for it to look my best. This is heavy on the cool, but it also, you can tone down the cool with some of these warms. You've got a million transition shades in here, a lot of dark colors for the crease, and brow bone shades. I really enjoyed that. I love all of my eyeshadow palettes I have left, but the Milani and this Mega Pro really stood out to me. Okay, next, a couple of primers, the Becca primers. The purple one I think is called the First Light. You're not going to get as luminous with that, but it adds a nice luminosity. It just kind of blurs stuff out a little bit. And then for more luminosity, the backlight. These were on their last leg with me because I don't like to be luminous. I like to be matte. But when I put these under the double wear, every single time I got comments, your skin looks great. Your makeup looks really good. I fell back in love with these and I can't tell you how shocked I am. I thought these were going to be in a clean out soon. I was about to mix them with body products, but I fell in love with these as primers. I'm keeping them out on my desk. I love them. Okay, next, a concealer. The Tarte Creaseless. This goes on almost like a putty consistency. It's very thick. And when I use this, I get a beauty blender and I spray it either with the Milani Make It Dewy is perfect for that. Or if you tend to be dry, the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist is beautiful with it. Or just an oil. And it makes the prettiest cover that lasts all day long. And I'm surprised. I thought I was going to clean this out. I really like it. Okay, next, some bronzers. And these are relatively new to me, but I got them in a frenzy of bronzers. So I hadn't gotten to use exclusively these. And so I got out the Anastasia Rosewood. I knew I loved it, but I thought, did I love it as much as I thought? Yes. This on me, they call it warm. On me, this is a very cool bronzer. It's a very much like a couple of drugstores I just got, but I love it. I always look forward to my Anastasia Rosewood. The next one, this Fenty bronzer. This gets mixed reviews, and I kind of thought I didn't like it that much. I really expected to clean this one out. This is in Shady Biz. It's a warmer bronzer, which is hard for me to wear. I look better in cools. I love this. I have it on today. I'll tell you what I love about it. It's not very pigmented. So I put several layers of it on and I get a very nice sun-kissed look that I love every time I wear it. So I really kind of expected to throw this out and not like it that much. I love it. Again, it's not as pigmented as a lot of my other bronzers, but I like it. It's very easy to control, doesn't get out of hand, and I can just build it up as much as I want, and it's beautiful. Okay, next, some highlighters. I pulled out two Lancomes, a Wet n Wild, and a Laura Geller in Gilded Honey. I'm going to start with the Lancomes. I have it in Sparkling Pesh and Luminous Gold. These do go on beautiful, but this Luminous Gold on my complexion, this just goes on too dark and goldy. That is not real flattering for my complexion. If you have a darker complexion than I do, this would be beautiful. But with my pasty skin, this just darkens my whole face a little bit. So I'm shocked to tell you I'm cleaning this out. So I'm cleaning out the luminous gold. I'm going to put that over in my clean out. But this sparkling pesh, I was like, yeah, that's gold too. But when I put this on with a pink blush, it added the most beautiful glow. It's not as lifting as more of a white or a brighter, but it's beautiful. So I think it will have a place. I'm going to keep it for now. I'll pull it back in a couple of minutes and use it again and make a final decision, but I'm hanging on to that for now. Then the Wet n Wild. I love Wet n Wild highlighters, but this, I don't know if I'm paler than I used to be. This did really not do anything for my complexion. Again, if you are a darker complexion than I am, this is beautiful, but this color is not really for me. So I'm cleaning that one out. This Laura Geller Gilded Honey, I'm on the fence about this one because while it looks too dark for me, this is surprisingly subtle. And I do get a subtle glow with this. So I'm going to pull this back in for another month before I decide for sure. I think I get a really pretty glow that doesn't darken me. This one just goes on a little bit lighter. So I'm going to keep the Laura Geller Gilded Honey and the Lancôme and Sparkling Pesh. These are a little more of a brightening gold. Any of these would be beautiful on a darker skin tone than mine. Okay, next, I got out 3 L'Oreal blushes and used these all month long. I have been obsessed with Lancôme blushes since before I had my channel. Obsessed. I love them. I used to talk about them all the time. I pulled them back out. These are every bit as good as I remembered. And I fell in love with all 3 of the colors that I used. The first one is a classic to me. I'll start with the Rosy Outlook. And this is what I was wearing when I started my channel. These look earthier in the pan than they do on my face. When I put this on, I get a pinky red is what I get with that. It is the most perfect pinky red, just came in from the cold. Look, I want to use it every single day. Let's put a little bit of this on. It always gives me a perfect, just came in from the cold look. I literally want to use this every day. Okay, then I got out 2 that I would consider siblings or cousins. They're definitely related. And I love these because they're very soft and kind of pastel and light. I can use them as a blush topper, but I can also use them on their own as just a really soft flesh of color. The first one is Baby Blossom, and it's a soft pink. It's there on my ring finger. And then the Innocent Flush, and this is the peach one. And it's that. Beautiful on their own, but as blush toppers, I love these so much. I loved all of these. Okay, next, a powder. This is an Armani powder in the number 2, and it's a full cover foundation powder. And so I pulled this out to use it. This gives a beautiful finish. Hold on, let's put a little bit of this on. I find it very blurring. I like it as much as my dual finish or my MAC. Nice and blurring, just totally redoes my makeup in the middle of the day. I'm sure it's beautiful as a foundation too, but I use it for touch-ups. Okay, next, I have an Aveda powder. This year I was on a girls trip and went into a salon, put this on, and it gives the most beautiful finish. A nice full cover, a lot like Dual Finish or the Armani. So I pulled it back in this month. Every time I wore this, the finish is beautiful, but it just darkens me just a little bit too much. And I could mix it with something lighter and lighten it up. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to work that hard. But if you are a deeper shade, this gives the most beautiful finish if you like a loose powder. That was another thing. I don't really lean towards a loose mineral powder. I didn't with the Bare Minerals. I ended up cleaning that out in this one. I like a pressed mineral powder. This was a little too peachy. I don't pick up the loose, so I'm cleaning that out. Okay, next, I pulled back in my Rimmel glosses, and I have enjoyed these every bit as much as I remembered. This Blushing Belgraves is the perfect pinky nude without making you go dead. I carry this so many places, I always think I've lost it, and then I'll find it in my purse, I find it in my car, I find it on my desk. I have about 3 of these, and I can only ever find one. Hold on, we'll put a little bit of this on. It's brightening without being too pale. I love it. I will always keep these. I know one of you girls told me about this, and I love it. Okay, next, I have some hair and skin products that I pulled back in, and I'll start with an SPF. The Biore UV Aqua Rich. This is very much like my holy grail, the Nivea Sun Protect Water Gel. The Nivea Sun Protect Water Gel, I like the pump of that, but this is perfect for traveling. It's nice and light, it soaks right in, it doesn't disturb my makeup. I enjoyed the Biore as much as I remembered. I still love it. Okay, next, another product, I was just sure I was going to be cleaning this out. It's the Aussie Headstrong Volume Gel. This is different from my Garnier Fructis. I've used the Garnier Fructis for years. This has a very different hold. When I first used it, I thought that's not holding my bangs. But then it did. It's a softer hold, but still strong. So if you don't like that crunchy gel texture, give this a shot. It's very inexpensive, and I'm really enjoying it. I think I can go longer between washings because my hair doesn't feel crunchy at all. It feels soft, but it still holds. So I love this Aussie Headstrong Volume. This was on the chopping block, but I ended up falling in love with it. Another product I did not think that I was going to replace, I pulled in my HE Dry Wax. I was going to clean this out, and one of you girls said, I love that. And I thought, okay, if you love it, I'm going to give it another shot. I'll tell you what I love this for, my bangs. When I wear my bangs side swept, if I overspray them with hairspray, it is a mess. They get too stiff, they fall. I can spray this in it, and it gives it hold and form, and it stays to the side, but doesn't make it crunchy. I love this so much. I bought another one. I just had another one delivered from Ulta. So I love this HE Dry Wax. Okay, next. I pulled back in my Caudalie Beauty Elixir, and I love this with my skincare. I spray it on after I cleanse and tone, and then I put any serums or whatever I'm going to put on morning and night. Now, I'll tell y'all, this has a kind of an herbal scent to it. I don't notice it after it settles, but when I spray it, I do. So if that bothers you, this does have like a really kind of a strong herbal scent. I love spraying this on before I put my skincare on. And then I also pulled in my Trader Joe's Rose Water Facial Toner that Ellis for Living told me about. And this just gives me a little bit of moisture and just kind of, I feel like it just kind of preps my skin for everything that's going to come after. Or if I want real light moisture on my face, I will finish with this. So these are just real versatile, either before skincare or after, just kind of a little bump for my skincare. I love both of those. Okay, and that is all of my favorites and fails that I've pulled in from my stash for July. Let me know anything that you are loving in your stash right now, because we would all love to pick those up and love them with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.